Good evening, everyone. I am Thomas coming to you from the Emerson in Studio 221A. Tonight I'm joined by trumpeter extraordinaire Nicholas Sires. We will play a Rachmaninoff song for you. It's Opus 21, number 7.
Thanks, Thomas. That was amazing. Thanks, everybody. Hey, Tamara, looks like we're good to roll.
Yep.
I have a PowerPoint.
Okay, we're getting there.
Hey, everybody, welcome. I'm Susan Denson-Guy. I'm the executive director here at the Emerson. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. Just to get it off put it all out there to begin with, we miss you. We really, really miss you. And we were looking so forward to having everybody back in the Emerson for one of our favorite events, Quick Draws and Cocktails. So to save a little bit of us feeling like we're connected, we opted for Zoom. And so we're using this method so that we can see people in real time and connect with each of you. Please stick with us. There's going to be a few glitches as we go along, but there's also a whole lot of magic happening. I hope that you're comfortable at home, that you have a cocktail ready to go, and that you've got your COVID bubble, your COVID person with you. My husband's here tonight. He's joining us. We're in the Crawford Theater here at the Emerson. And before we get going with the rest of the evening, it takes a lot of folks to make nights like this possible and to make the work that we do here at the Emerson possible. And we want to take a minute to thank all of our sponsors. First and foremost, the amazing team at the Kimpton Armory Hotel. Cory and Carrie, you are rock stars. Dana, Jen, Aaron, Glenda, I'm going to miss names. Forgive me. You're amazing. Thanks for making magic happen with us tonight. And we also want to thank our folks at
Big Sky Journal and Western Home Journal.
They're good folks. Bank of Bozeman, thanks so much.
ExecuCare, Rocky Mountain Security Service, and Jericho Studios.
Well done.
Yeah.
Doctor, well done.
We didn't rehearse this, so this is live.
We're live. Awesome. So with that in mind, it is Quick Draws and Cocktails, and normally we would be queued up with a signature drink in hand and lots of lively conversation and some entertainment. So right now, it's a perfect time for us to throw back over to the Sky Shed and let's all grab a cocktail.
My name is Josh Gage. I'm a tenant here at Emerson. The Emerson's been really important to me for
So our video, this is Tamara, our video, just like so we'll maybe bring that back at the end of the evening. Yeah, so we're ready to maybe do a few introductions. You're mute, Susan.
So with that said, since we couldn't go and make a signature cocktail, I say that it's time to fill your own glass, right? Mine, I'm not too shy. How about you, good doctor? What do you got?
I have a cold beverage. I probably shouldn't show the brand, but I just have a cold beverage toast.
Cheers.
Yeah,
Cheers to you all. And cheers to you too, Dave. So I think I have a page flipped. My apologies. We can't do what we do here at the Emerson without tremendous leadership. And I'd like to take a moment to introduce you to our board of directors. And slowly they're going to appear on your screen. Joining us tonight, we have Dave Cole, Susie Ray, Vicki Saab, and Alyssa Hammond. For the first time, I get to introduce you as Alyssa Hammond. Congratulations. We're so excited. These are the folks that make my job doable. When you see them, thank them for all their hard work that they do for the Emerson. We couldn't do what we do without them. So kudos to you all and cheers. Enjoy your evening. Now I'd like to take a moment to introduce you to the Emerson staff. I get the privilege of being the executive director, but my job is impossible without the absolute dream team that we have in place for you. Leading off to tell you a little bit about what she does tonight, she's joining us from Boise, Idaho, is Renee Stevens. How are you, Renee? Unmute.
I had to get the permission. So now I have permission to speak. Good evening, everyone. My name is Renee Stevens, and I'd like to take a moment to give a shout out to our building manager, Eric Hansen. He's probably the most competent, conscientious, and caring building manager ever to be had. So Eric, if you can give us a wave, that would be fantastic. I don't know if you can or not, but it's my honor to have been the Emerson's Director of Operations since 2012. And during the past 8 years, I've witnessed countless moments of magic happen within the Emerson historic walls. 58 tenants call the Emerson their home to create, cultivate their works, their talents, their businesses. Our pool of tenants includes artists, architects, photographers, art therapy, musicians, dancers, designers, and a restaurant. In our 3 public spaces, the theater, Weaver, and the ballroom, we proudly host over 750 events annually. And we love the laughter, the artistry, the sounds that these events bring. Sadly, COVID has affected our public spaces, causing our lights to dim and activity to quiet. And we look forward to a future in which we can gather again safely and responsibly. And I want to take this opportunity to introduce a long-standing Emerson tenant, Josh Gage, to share his words about the Emerson. Thank you.
Armory Hotel, we're up at Sky Shed, and today we're going to be making a white linen cocktail. First, we're going to start off with cucumber slice. We'll go ahead and muddle that down.
Or I could do a little song and dance.
Out of it. Then go ahead and grab your jigger.
Oh, jazz
We're
hands,
gonna
we
do
do jazz
a quarter
hands.
ounce of simple
I
syrup.
can bring Harvey in here.
That's just gonna be 1 part sugar to 1 part water.
Mary, do you want to give me a heads up on where we are with the
3/4
gas?
ounce of fresh squeezed
Yeah,
lemon
so they're
juice.
rolling right now. So just give us
Go
a
ahead and
minute
put
and
that on in
I'll
there.
check back in with you when we're.
We have a 1/2 ounce of St. Germain liqueur. Right on in there. And one of my favorites, 1.5 ounces of Beefeater gin. Put that on in there. Go ahead and throw some ice in your tin. And shake this bad boy up. Get your glass ready. Get every last drop out of that. And now we're going to fine strain this with your tea strainer so you don't get all those chunks of cucumber in there, but you get all that juice. Give it a nice little tap tap. All right. Throw some ice on in there. And lastly, top it with some nice club soda. And finish it off and make it look pretty. Go ahead and grab a cucumber slice in there. There we have the white linen. Thanks for tuning in. Cheers from Sky Shed to your bar at home.
My name is Josh Gage. I'm a tenant here at the Emerson. The Emerson's been really important to me for many, many years. 20 years ago, I found myself here seeing Burning Spear play great music in the theater. And I took drum lessons for a couple years. And now I find myself dropping my kids off at summer camp or programs. There's so many ways in which the Emerson is important to my life and our life, our whole families. And it's just a really great thing for Bozeman. So I think it's great to support the Emerson, and I encourage everybody in Bozeman to do so.
Hi, everyone. My name is Alyssa Cost. I'm the education curator at the Emerson Center. I have my husband, Jack, here with me this evening, and I wanted to tell you a little bit about our education and exhibits program. So, the goal of our education programs is to provide accessible, quality art classes for the whole community. Last year, we were able to offer around 200 art education programs in-house. This year, because of COVID-19, we pivoted and were able to have summer camps, 2D art classes for adults in the ballroom, and full-day integrative art enrichment programs for the kids while they were out of school, all while adhering to the County safety protocols. In addition, our schools and seniors in the gallery program, which you see a picture of here, invites local groups of any age to come to the Emerson, tour featured exhibits, and create art that directly relates to the themes and techniques discussed in each show. It's my absolute favorite program. I enjoy it very much. We are also adapting this program to a virtual format, so reach more people, hopefully, and be able to share with a larger community. The Emerson has 3 exhibition spaces as well: the Weaver Room Gallery, the Lobby Gallery, and our premier gallery, the Jesse Wilbur. We pride ourselves in showcasing both established artists, such as Kathy Paoli, who you see here. Her traveling exhibit is currently in the Jesse Wilbur Gallery, as well as emerging artists, such as Kayla Baker, who is currently in our Lobby Gallery, and you see her images here. So next up is a word from Kayla herself.
Artist who painted the series Whimsical Escapes. I love the Emerson, not only because they support young emerging artists such as myself. There's always new art to look at. It will forever be one of my very favorite places. not only because it gave me my first solo exhibit, it's actually where my fiance proposed last month in the middle of the gallery, surrounded by all of my paintings. It was amazing, and I will forever love that place.
The video's running, right?
Yep. Hi, I'm Tamara. I do events and membership
Oh,
here at
excuse
the
me,
Emerson.
Tamara. I think
Oh, guess what?
separate you for a moment, even though we're in the middle of this live show. So,
Thank you. This is Bennett, my
hello, everyone.
partner in crime.
We're here to celebrate Tamara for the moment, and then we'll get back to celebrating Emerson.
Get in here.
Cheers, everyone.
Cheers.
Happy birthday, Tamara.
Happy birthday!
Cheers.
It's a birthday.
Oh, it's gonna be awesome. So back to where I was. I do events and membership. It's a little crazy this year, but this is Quick Draws and Cocktails, which is our first event that we've had since January. It's kind of my favorite event personally. It gives us a chance to bring the community and artists together. And usually we're in the ballroom. We've got a lot of artists. You get to watch the artists at work, and the guests get to come and they get to dress in costumes or do their own version of creativity. So we do table decorations and things like that. So very excited to be back for Quick Draws and Cocktails. We also do Christmas Stroll, which is a community outreach event. The day starts with gingerbread house making. We build 500 gingerbread houses over the span of 4 hours in the ballroom with our community families. Santa comes, there's poster signing, and then the Christmas Stroll kicks off from the steps of Emerson. It's one of our biggest events too. Celebration of the Arts is our largest fundraiser of the year. This is in January, and it is comes along with a Celebration of the Arts exhibit that leads up to this event, and another great time. We all get together and celebrate. Lunch on the Lawn is our summer community series. So this is a music kind of a lunchtime gathering that we have that runs through July and August in the summer. Get to invite families to the lawn. And our garden and home tour is another one of our big program tours where we get to feature some of the most creative, innovative gardens and homes around our county. So membership, we have a membership program for individuals, households, and businesses. And the benefits of membership, you get to support the Emerson, and you also get to receive special discounts and advanced registration for our really popular education classes. And several of our participating tenants also extend discounts and services to our members. So, thank you.
Hey guys, Josh Perkins with Justice Entertainment. I'm here today to talk about the Emerson Center for Arts and Culture, one of my favorite places to do shows. I'm fortunate enough to do shows all over the United States, from Florida to California to Seattle, but I love doing stuff in my home here in Montana. Why? Because the town needs culture. That's like chicken without any seasoning. That's like spaghetti without sauce. It's like you need it. And Emerson actually is like one of the coolest places I like working at. The staff is just terrific. They do way more than you ask of them. Sometimes I'm taking advantage of them. And that's why I always try and give back. So try to outbid me. See you guys. Peace.
Hey, Susan, would you like to introduce us to the Armory?
I would. Did you guys actually get to see Josh? I'm going to take that as a yes. All right, everybody, welcome back. The joys of going live are just too numerous to count right now. Cory and Carrie, how are you guys doing?
Great. How are you, Susan? Cheers.
Cheers. Let's just cheers all night long.
Exactly.
So, thank you guys for joining us, and thanks for joining us in separate locations. I know we had grand hopes of being together and being able to celebrate the completion of the Armory and all of the amazing artists that are a part of the project as well. But I just wanted to give you guys a minute to tell everybody, because we know that we have folks that are joining us from across the country, a little bit about the Armory and, kind of give us the inside scoop. Cory, how did it start and how did you get where you are today?
Oh goodness, I don't think I can do this quickly enough, but I'll do my best.
I only have this much in my glass.
I know, and I will be quick. First and foremost, we're just thrilled to be a part of this. We're honored to have this opportunity to host in the virtual way that we can for this quick draws and cocktails. The Armory Hotel here in Bozeman is actually an adaptive reuse. It's, as all of us who are in Bozeman know, this Armory was built and dedicated in 1941, and it's existed here for nearly 80 years. It's been a great friend to all downtown, and for many years it's been sat dormant. And so what we've done here is we thought originally that we had an idea that could work, where we could actually keep this Armory and give it new life, breathe new life into it, give it another chapter in its long history. And in fact, that's what we've done here with the adaptive reuse and the opening of the Armory Hotel. The Armory Hotel itself has, of course, a room tower that rises up over downtown Bozeman. It also has a few different restaurant and bar locations, a total of 3. And then importantly, right behind us is the Armory Music Hall. The Armory Music Hall is here for Bozeman. This is a place where people used to play basketball games or have dances, and there was even some serious exercise here in the 80s and early 90s. And now it's a place for us to gather as well. So that's the intent of the property, and we're so thrilled with the way it came out. But I have to tell you, the reason why it all came together so perfectly was directly related to our relationship personally with you, Susan, and with the Emerson. We are overjoyed that the Emerson exists in our community. And we are actually forever indebted to you and to the Emerson for helping us achieve what we most wanted. We wanted to create a perfect way to bring everything together. And we're required that the art that hangs on the walls here in the Armory comes from local artists. And so we actually struggled for a long time when we were doing development. And we finally wrested control over that whole process, went straight to the straight to the leaders room, and connected with some of the most talented and amazing people that we have anywhere in our country, but they live here in Bozeman. And so we're thrilled that the art brought everything together. And then my wife, Carrie, of course, she led that charge. So from that moment where we were introduced to these very talented people, Carrie took reins, and she and these artists did some fabulous things.
And truly on that behalf, we knew that the Armory being an authentic reflection of place, it needed to have local art to adorn the walls inside here. And growing up with our children here, growing older with our children here, Emerson was the hub of community activity, making those gingerbread houses, welcoming Santa, celebration of the arts, the ballet, of course. And so we knew when we needed to find those local artists, we had to come to the Emerson and to Susan to do just that. And the experience of meeting these artists and collaborating with them was truly more than we ever even bargained for. We got so much more than just art out of this whole endeavor. And we're privileged to have created memories with these fine people and talented people, and friendships that will last a lifetime now.
Yeah. And I would say too, just as the Emerson does, the Emerson is this living, breathing entity in our community. It's a place where we all run into each other or meet each other for the first time. And it's that inspiration that we wanted to emulate here. And it's through the local art and through the intention and design that we are intent to achieve that. And if we can achieve just a quarter of what the Emerson achieves, it will be a grand success.
You all are amazing, amazing. And I appreciate all of your kind words so much. And I think one of the funniest things about how all of this came to be was kind of that call, right, Cory? I got this call, Susan, can we make this happen? And I was like, I think so. Cory, when do we need to make it happen? He's like last summer. I said, seriously, when do we need to make it happen? And he's like, how about March? And I said, okay. And you all took the reins. We put our heads together and put out some really special asks to some really incredible local artists, like you said. And I made a couple promises to you. One I won't repeat here, but folks that know me know what I would say. And details that I would introduce you to professional artists that would have the ability to deliver exactly what you're looking for and on time. And I think the folks that you met and the folks we'll feature tonight, their professionalism and their talent comes through just a millionfold. So thank you. And I'll say it a million times, and I know the artists will say it as well. Thank you for believing in the power of art and the difference that it makes for us. And I think especially now during COVID, it's an easy time for us to reflect. We've been at home a lot. We've been in our offices alone a lot. And as we look around those spaces, or we look down at our fingers that have jewelry or our ears, we realize that the things that comfort us and the things that give us a sense of place is the art. And by investing in people that we can know and touch during normal times and have them be a part of our lives is really a unique thing. And you all did an amazing gift with the Armory, and your guests will feel it when they come.
Thank you. It truly is a soulful connection, most definitely.
Yeah, there's no doubt about it. So thank you guys, and thanks for joining us tonight. And stick around. We'll be joining you back and forth through the night, and I hope everybody's enjoying all of our technical glitches. And enjoying the beverage. The best thing about QDC at home is no Uber. No Uber. So to make tonight happen, it takes a lot of work. And the background for what we have is online. And you guys are joining us via YouTube. The auction platform is set up through Octria. If at any time tonight, and I'm going to give Tamara a chance to catch up with me a little bit and get our PowerPoint up so folks can see exactly where to click if they get lost. And Tamara, I'm going to ask you to unmute so I can get a little bit of feedback from you to know that I'm not leading folks astray as we move forward.
You're getting there. Can everybody see me now?
But you're very back to the very first slide.
Again. All right. Just a second.
So this is the time that if we were in real time, if Josh Perkins were here in the room, who I miss more than I could tell you, he'd be up with the joke. What you got, good doctor? Anything?
Joke.
No Ole and Lena jokes. Nope, not going to do that. Haven't had one of those since our wedding night. All right, looks like we're ready to go. If by chance you get kicked out this evening, please come back in. The easiest way to do that is to visit our website, www.theemerson.org. The first thing you're going to see on our website is a banner, and there's a couple circles there. You can either view the auction, which is super sexy, and that's a great way to, bid. You can also see the event details, but it's happening. So the best thing to do would be to click down on the live stream, and it should put you right back in with where we are tonight. Once you get into the auction, if you would like to place a bid on one of the items that we have tonight, you will need to register. And once you register, for the auction, and you'll be able to place your bids. There is a little something special that happens through Octria, and if you want to, make it a super spectacular night, there's the easy thing to do, and it's called buy it now. And that means that it's all yours for the taking and nobody can outbid you. However, if you'd like to roll the dice a little bit for bidding, there's this really cool thing called proxy bidding. And Tara's going to hop on and tell you a little bit about that.
Excellent. Everybody can hear me, right? So proxy bidding, if you go there, you find your item, there's a big blue button that says place bid, and it will have the amount. Underneath there, there's a little note that says custom bid amount. You want to click on that. It will open up a little window that has a dollar amount. You type in the dollar amount that you want. That's your maximum dollar amount that you're willing to bid on. Underneath, there's a little checkbox that says proxy bid. So you check that box and you click the button and you have set a proxy bid, meaning that the auction will bid for you, if people bid against you, up to your maximum amount. Once your maximum amount has been reached, you'll get a little text or an email that says you have been outbid and you are welcome to bid again.
Thanks, Tamara. Another nice thing to know about proxy bidding is it's completely private. So if you're trying to bid against somebody tonight and you're immediately getting outbid, it means somebody set that bid above you. It's not anything that we can see in-house or that we have any control of. That's between you and your fingers, your thumbs, to set the highest maximum bid that you're willing to pay for an item. Like I said, if you don't want somebody bidding against you, the easiest way to solve that problem is buy it now. All right, let's move into our auction for the evening. So tonight we have 9 items that are available for you to bid on. Each of the artists that are featured tonight are artists that are featured in the Kimpton Armory's permanent collection. And I know Cory and Carrie talked a little bit about it. They have one of the largest private collections of art in the hotel, and that's something that we can all be incredibly proud of. And out of that, they believe there's 15 local artists whose work is being featured in the hotel so far. And again, we have 8 of them tonight, and then 1 artist that's inspired by the Armory. And with that, I'd like to move to our first artist tonight, VICKI Fish. Thanks for joining us. Can you hear us, VICKI?
I can hear you. Can you hear me and see me?
I can. You're a little dark, but that's one of the joys of just being able to have a human on the other side.
Does that help?
Way better. Great to see you.
Hi.
So VICKI, here in just a minute, we're going to roll the video that you did for us, but anything you want to say to folks before we jump in?
I just want to thank you guys all for all of this, both the Emerson and the Armory. And, I think it's great how you support local artists, and I'm really happy to be part of it. So thank you.
Thank you, VICKI. We're tickled, and I'm going to say up front that VICKI's art is in every single guest room in the Armory. And I don't know how many of you have been to a hotel that had original art in every room, but VICKI is the artist that you will see in every room when you stay there. Now let's go over. This is Make Love by VICKI Fish. It's a mixed media piece. It's 3 by 3 by 2 inches deep. And this little treasure comes in a Central King stay at the Armory. And VICKI, we're going to roll into your video now. So lean back and have a cocktail.
All right.
Cheers.
Hello, my name is VICKI Fish, and I have been making art for as long as I can remember. I have a bachelor's degree in art from Montana State University right here in beautiful Bozeman, Montana, and a master's degree in painting from the San Francisco Art Institute. I feel very fortunate to call Bozeman my home, and I currently am a full-time artist. I make most of my sales from traveling the country, doing outdoor art festivals. With the exception of this year, which has been a very challenging year. BOZEMAN is truly an inspiring place to live. I feel very fortunate to be here, surrounded by all the natural beauty and have the opportunity to get outside and have fun and partake in all there is to do here in the great outdoors. Super inspiring place to live. So I have participated in the Emerson in several group shows that were put on by the Emerson Gallery, and also was represented by 2 galleries in the Emerson in the past. So the Emerson, thanks very much for supporting local art and artists, and giving all of us artists the opportunity to show our work. When I first was being considered for the Armory project, I was super excited, of course. And you know, as it went on, I got even more excited, and then I made a cut and found out my work was going to be in. And it started out being Closet Smiles, which was, I thought, was an awesome idea. My work tends to be on the fun side, and it can have kind of double meanings. So it's fun, but there might be another layer there. I felt like it was a good fit, and I loved the idea that they not only called them Closet Smiles, but just love the idea of making people smile when they see my art. It's a good feeling to bring a little bit of joy into somebody's day. So I was thrilled to be part of the Armory project, and I was even more thrilled when I found out that the work was coming out of the closet and would be part of the room decor. And I just cannot thank the Armory enough for using local art in their beautiful project. What a great way to support your community and beautify an already beautiful project. So thanks everybody at the Armory for using local artists. It means a lot, and not just myself, but all of us artists really appreciate it. So my work that I am presenting for the auction is very similar to the work, some of the work that I put in the Armory. When they first approached me, they asked me to do some pieces, these little cowboy pieces, and they have a little cowboy guy inside of a box, and he's shooting a weapon, and a flag comes out of the weapon, and it's instead of a bullet, and it says "Make Love." So I know it kind of worked on a lot of different levels for me. You know, there's a whole cowboy thing because we are in Bozeman, Montana, and it was just fun to have the idea of here's a cowboy, and he's shooting a gun, out comes a flag that says "Make Love," and then there's a whole idea of hotel sex. So I thought that was extremely fitting for hotel art. And then they informed me that they wanted 4 more designs and with a cowboy cowgirl theme. So I got out all my old images and things that I have collected, and did a whole series of cowboys and cowgirls based on some old photos. So really happy with how they turned out. They really speak of kind of the cowboy way, and they're fun, they're colorful, they're playful, and they have a lot of things in them, like toy cows and bulls, and Cracker Jack, cowgirls and cowboys. So also a sense of nostalgia and history, which I love to add into my work. I think it adds a great depth to it. So please go online and bid on some art. It's some great art and support a great cause. The Emerson is a great resource for artists in this town, and I know that they would appreciate your support. So you can go online and bid on a piece of my cowboy art and also get more information about me and my artwork. So thanks for attending. Hope to see you around town.
Awesome. Thanks so much. Thanks, Vicki. Thanks for sharing your work with us. Thanks for being a part of the night. And thanks for all that you do for the arts in Bozeman.
Cheers. Thank you.
Cheers to you. Vicki's piece, Make Love, is paired with a king room, a one-night stay in the king room at the Armory Hotel. Up next, we have the infamous Trevor Nelson. And I have Renee. You look fabulous. All right, I'm going to talk a little bit about Trevor's piece. We're pulling the right graphics for tonight.
Here we go.
Live theater. Isn't it just amazing?
Crazy.
Crazy.
Great minutes.
Crazy. Hey, Trevor, how are you?
Great. Great. Good to see you.
Good to see you. Thanks for being a part of tonight. Before we roll your video, I want to let folks know that the piece that you put up for auction tonight is called Charles for no other reason other than it's Charles. And it's a photograph and acrylic piece. It's 16 by 24. This piece can be horizontal or vertical. So as you're listening to Trevor talk about it tonight, I suggest that you look around and see the perfect place for it to land in your home or home office. Hey, Trevor.
All right. Well, so the piece that we're looking at for tonight, it's called Charles. To be honest, it's if you really want to know, I can tell you. If you don't want to know, close your ears, put your hands up. It's a beat up piece of water heater I found out in eastern Idaho. So go for it, right? I just love the colors, the muted oranges and natural tones just spoke to me as some sort of a landscape, maybe from above. I've always been a real big fan of aerial photography, but it just, when I first looked at it, I called it the summer the farm burned, but that just seemed a little too morbid. So as I was getting ready for a show previously at a different gallery, I had to name these, and we just kind of decided, let's give them all just people names. So from now on, they'll all just have people names, and everybody else can just make up their own mind on what they're actually seeing. So I hope you enjoy it.
Thanks, Trevor.
All righty.
Hi, my name is Trevor Nelson. I'm a photographer here in Bozeman. I'm a Montana State University graduate in architecture and photography. I currently work at the MSU bookstore, supervising the art and architecture department, and I'm a volunteer DJ at KGLT. I've been selling artwork, or at least attempting to sell artwork, since the early 2000s. I had a couple shows when I lived in Portland, Oregon, that were focused on the grain elevators of Montana, Idaho, southern Canada, and western North Dakota. It was called Raised Grain. It was about the disappearance of these great elevators. And the reason for that significance to me was that when you're from the flatland, like I am, eastern Montana, you don't have a lot of connection between the landscape and the sky. You don't have any big trees, you don't have any tall buildings. So you can always see the next town when you're driving, because that's where the elevator is. But the way they command attention always drew me in. You see the patterns. So at one point, I was taking photos of just a random set of old vehicles, and I found something that looked like literally an elevator on a horizon, and I started thinking about that. That could be an interesting series. I kept up with that, and over time, it got to be a pretty good series. So much so that at one of the art festivals, the Emerson approached me to be a part of a group show. That was really successful. We sold it out. It was in 2014. I've been working on the same series, among other things, just because it's very dear to me. That epiphany moment, that oh my gosh moment, that yeah, I like this. This is patterns that I see. This is a normal, natural thing for me. So the Emerson was really, I would say, the touchstone for me in Bozeman to be exposed in as an artist. From there, my art sales went up at the markets, and they went up at other art festivals. I had other shows. And it's led to an introduction to the developers of the Armory, Carrie and Cory Lawrence, who, among a lot of different artists, decided that I would be a really good fit. My art in the building, in the Armory building, is in the room titled True North. It's in the upstairs mezzanine on the north side of the stage in the music hall. It's a conference room, but it's all my work. There's 6 pieces up there, and there's one more that's down in the actual music hall, and that would be this piece behind me here, only 8 feet long. It seems very big, but it really fits. It really fits the wall, and it fits the place. It means a lot for me to be featured there, because it really does sort of validate my my vision for what I think contemporary art mixed with a landscape sort of feel can be. Montana, you get a lot of landscape photographers. You see a lot of people that take pictures of the banal old tractor laying in the middle of a field. You see a lot of people that take pictures of degraded metal and wood, but not a lot of them have a series that all links together in something that people can almost instantly identify. I actually take pictures of things of nature situations that remind me of my images. So someday I'll have those all in a book somewhere. So with the Emerson having such a big part in my success, it's been really my pleasure to be able to help them in their fundraising activities. The piece that I have in this auction is named Charles, not because of any specific person. It's an offshoot of that salvage landscape series, but it's more of an aerial type, I think. Again, that's up to you to decide. The texture is awesome of the image. I started mixing photography with a mixed media sort of feel. I built the frames, mounted them, and gave them some texture, surface texture, in order to let them feel like paintings, because they really are. They're paintings with light, but sometimes I like the play of not knowing what it is. So there you are. You have Charles, a not landscape photo of landscape, named after somebody that doesn't exist, because I don't want to give you something that it's supposed to be representing. But I hope you enjoy it. I hope you bid on it, and thank you for helping the Emerson.
Welcome back, everybody. One of the good things about tonight is that each of the artists has had an opportunity to put together a little video for you, and it gives you a really awesome chance to learn more about them and the work they do. And I think that just makes it even more special when you bring it home. Trevor Nelson's piece, Charles, 16 by 24, comes with the Peloton King Room, and this is item number 2 on our trip. Coming up next, we have Ole Nelson, or as Tamara likes to say, Ole. Ole's going to hop on and join us. If you're in Bozeman, see Ole's work all over. Ole Nelson. Hi, Hannah. Ole. There's Ole. And join us. If you're in Bozeman, see Ole's work all over. Ole Nelson.
Hey, sorry, my phone died, so I'm on another friend's phone here.
Tell me how much I love TV and how much we wanted to go live tonight. This is exactly why, right? So we get all the moments just like this. It's good to see you, Oli. How are you?
I'm great. Thanks for doing this, Susan. This is a real cool thing to be part of. So thanks for having me.
You know, you were one of the promises that I made to Cory and Carrie, right? Professional artists that knew how to deliver, and you've done that all over town. I mean, your signs are synonymous with downtown Bozeman. So thank you. Thanks for shaping the community we live in.
Well, I appreciate it. Back at you. You're a tour de force in the world of fine art here in Bozeman. So back at you.
I'll take that. Just keep talking. That's good. Just
Okay. Sounds good.
All right. Oli has done an amazing piece for the Armory. He actually created, is it Summer Etha?
Yeah.
And she is 6 foot by 8 foot tall. And this is, I'm going to say, Oli, this is one of your masterpieces. And
Thank
it's
you.
metal work. And I know you incorporated with a stained glass artist as well.
Yeah, that's Dave Feld. One of my heroes really moving to town. Dave's stained glasses all over from the early days of the Robin and all the glass for the Rialto when that got rebuilt, and he did all the glass on the Ellen theater makeover as well. So longtime friend, great time working with him, and he really came through for me. So it was really fun to collaborate with Dave.
I think this piece is especially amazing. And I think what guests at the Armory, they're just going to see an amazing artwork, and they're not going to understand that it truly has a utilitarian purpose to it as well, right?
Yeah, so it actually covers 2 fairly large electrical panels in that hallway. The fact that it's a concrete building in the Armory, you can't place this stuff wherever you would like. So one of the challenges was the center portion of the piece, and the panel to the right hinge open to access those electrical panels. So function, art, as well as hall decoration.
That's awesome. Thanks, Oli. Thanks for joining us. And now we're going to switch
Thank
over.
you.
We're going to switch over to a little video that Oli has prepared for us, talking about the art that he makes and his process for the piece that was for sale tonight.
So my name is Oli Nelson. I'm a sculptor living here in Bozeman, and I went to school here at MSU for graphic design in the early 90s, and then in 1995 opened my current business, Media Station Design Works.
What current artistic endeavors are you focused on right now?
Right now I'm focused on public art and also working on a interior sign for the Armory Music Hall.
Excellent. What are some of your favorite things about Bozeman?
Favorite things about Bozeman, you know, since I went to school here, just being involved with the university, keeping in touch with past professors that have become friends, and getting to meet really a lot of my kind of art heroes when I first moved to town here. Gary Bates and Jim Dolan, David Feld, who helped me on the Armory piece with some glass. So really the art scene, obviously the surroundings and the geography are, you know, pretty amazing, but really the people, I think, is what has made me really excited and inspired about Bozeman.
What is your art connection to the Emerson, and why do you support the Emerson?
You know, I've been a part of the Emerson's events for years. I've had friends who've had studios on the second floor of the Emerson, gone to a lot of events, music shows, helped the Emerson Grill with a sign years ago. So very familiar with Emerson, love what they do, love the diversity, and love seeing the expansion of the outdoor public art, which I have one of my pieces.
Great. Would you tell us about your artwork in the Armory?
Yeah, so the piece behind me is called Summer Etha. It was based on a series of drawings from Alphonse Mucha that I got inspiration from. And really what I would say is it's kind of the combination of all 25 years of my experience as an artist, fully kind of embodied in what you see behind me.
Cool. What does this mean for you as an artist to share your work in this way?
I love the fact that this is downtown Bozeman. This piece will get seen by a lot of locals as well as visitors from out of town, obviously music lovers. And the experience to share this online is also a great opportunity. But I love the location and the fact that I can come visit it as well.
Could you talk a little bit about the work of art you're presenting in the auction this year?
Yeah, so the piece I'm putting in the auction this year is called Daydreamer. It's a smaller version of a sculpture I built. Is in front of City Hall, downtown Bozeman. So the smaller series is kind of a garden-sized series. They're lightweight. You can move them around. You can line them permanently on a piece of concrete. Kind of made a small little basin at the bottom. You can fill with colored rocks, which is kind of also designed to cover up any mounting bolts that you might see. And happy to support the Emerson, and hopefully everybody out there that's viewing this steps up and bids online. There's a ton of great artists that are putting pieces into this quick draw. And hope you guys all support the Emerson and local artists. So thanks a lot for having me involved, and I'm excited to see how this all goes. Thanks.
Welcome back, everybody. I just think it's so great that we get the chance to listen to all of these artists. Tell us a little bit more about what goes on behind the scenes. Ollie's piece that he has for auction tonight, you can see on your screen, Daydreamer. And it's photographed here on the sky shed of the Armory, right outside by a fire pit. So with this package, you have the opportunity to bid on Ollie's Daydreamer sculpture. It's about 39 inches tall. It's right here, a little bit below my hip, and I'm, as you know, short. This package, though, comes with one of my favorite things from the Armory tonight, and this is something that they're offering just to the Emerson. Hint, hint, Cory, Carrie, hint, hint.
Yeah.
And with this package, you get the opportunity for a reserved fire pit on the roof of the Armory. Normally, it's first come, first serve, but when you buy this package, you get Ollie sculpture and then a reservation at the fire pit along with a bar tab. And this is item number 3. Next, we're going to move on to Will Hunter. Cory and Carrie are going to join me. Again, we can talk a little bit about Will and his art at the Armory.
Hello, and I am not Will Hunter, nor is he. However, even though Will is a little bit shy, we absolutely love Will. And yes, we all do, right? And we all totally lit up when Will would start to talk about his work and his ideas and what inspired him about the Armory. So we were absolutely in love to have him here with us and to collaborate with us. He is featured in the story Green Room. We have a mosaic of, and do we have any?
Give me just a second.
Okay, yes.
Just put some pictures of his work out the Armory. So the piece that, go back one minute. The piece that is up for auction tonight is Claudia Cardale. And I don't know if you all recognize her, but she's a character from the original Pink Panther. And I think if I wait just a minute, somebody that I know can do the theme for us. Wait for it. Yeah, that person drove his parents nuts doing that.
Wow. That guy is a medal.
It's a winner, right? Winner, winner, chicken dinner all the way around. Anyway, Will's piece, Claudia Cardale, is one of the characters in the original Pink Panther. This is not a super huge piece. It's 20 by 28. It's done in traditional Will style. And this also comes with a $50 tab to the tune-up bar, which is in the basement of the Armory. And so what we wanted to do, since we couldn't get Will to do a video to talk about his work, was to show some of his other pieces that are actually on display in the Armory. If we go to the next slide. Carrie, I know these are some of your favorites, and I know I have a favorite here too. We've got Bob Dylan, Joni Mitchell, and then Prince in a G-string.
Suspenders.
With suspenders. A G-string with suspenders.
Because I don't know about you, but I never wear a G-string without suspenders, right?
I would pay good money with or without suspenders to see that, Carrie.
Now, there's international laws against that in my case.
Anyway, Will has 31 pieces in the armory, and I think we've got a couple more that we can show.
It's my favorite. I love that one with Keith. This is Keith Richards in the Rebel Room, along with Prince and Janis Joplin and Bob Dylan there. But this is just an awesome hangout space in our basement bar.
Whoops, let's go back then. And Carrie,
Yeah.
a really special piece too.
Yes. So this one is fantastic because this is actually taken from a 1917 picture of the Bozeman Imperial Ladies Band. So there are 25 faces of historical women in our Bozeman community. And with the stage light shining on this black and white, that's an 8 feet by 10 feet piece. It's pretty spectacular in this space.
That's amazing. And we look at it in a photograph like this, we think it's just a photo, right?
Yeah, truly, truly, people do. Yes.
Remarkable.
I think it's just really, really remarkable. And we can talk all this smack we want about Will because he wouldn't do a video, right?
Yeah, right.
Exactly.
Well, the one thing that I would say about Will that anyone who's seen his stuff knows this, but for as camera shy as he may be, his art is just cool. Everyone who sees it, everyone who sees the stuff that he does, they just want it. It's a very, very cool setting down there in Tune-Up. And it's all Will's. It's just fantastic.
Just amazing. I have a picture from the story room as well.
Yeah, the story green room features these mosaics that Will did of his bronc riders. They are so full of detail, vivid colors. I just love the way that this presentation turned out. It's truly remarkable. People don't believe that they're paintings either.
Right. And Will, if Will would ever appear on video, he might muster the courage to say that in the top row, in the kind of teal background tile, that's actually a photo that he got out of his own archives. As I understand it, it's his grandfather, correct? When he was a young little boy.
Yes. And then we do have Willie Nelson, because every artist is inspired, every musician is inspired by Willie there.
And that's super cool because that's not that this is a story we want to share because it was a horrible story, but that guitar was stolen when Willie Nelson was in Big Sky and then actually returned to him.
Oh, you're kidding.
My
I
gosh,
did not
we
know
didn't
that.
know that story.
The little details.
Unfolding in the green room.
Yeah, the story room.
Story room. Perfect. Thank you guys so much. Thanks for sharing about Will. And again, thanks for including these amazing works in the Armory. They tell a huge story about our local community and really just highlights everything the Armory has to offer. So you all have the opportunity tonight to bid on Claudia Cardendale. She is a stunner of a snow bunny there. I like to say that she's the cool cat that you compare with a hot toddy with a tab at the tune-up bar. That's item number 4. Next, we're going to move on to one beautiful human being, Miss Kathy Burke.
Can you hear me?
I can, and I'm waiting to see you.
Wonderful.
How are you, my friend?
I am doing well.
Great. Kathy, I'm going to wait because we'll talk to you for a little bit afterwards. You have an amazing video that we're going to show right now. I'm going to let folks know it's about 7 minutes, but it's worth every second because Kathy will walk you through exactly how she makes these beautiful, beautiful fused glass. This one's a platter. It's an 18-inch diameter platter. So Kathy, stand by and we'll visit after the video.
Sounds great.
Take care.
My name is Kathy Burke, glass artist. I never thought that designing a lamp would evolve into such a passion for me. I have an extensive fine art background, including a BFA in interior design. While practicing commercially, I never found lighting that enhanced the interior. so I designed a floor lamp. I went to the local stained glass store to learn how to make the shade and was immediately enchanted by the many colors and textures that glass comes in. This discovery was the beginning of my career as a glass artist. Currently, I participate in the Inspired by Yellowstone Visiting Artists series, where I share my knowledge of fusing art and its similarities with geology of the park. My thermal puddles that are inspired by the vibrant colors and minerals found in Yellowstone. I play with reactions between sulfur-bearing and copper-bearing glass, adding silver and getting wonderful reactions that mimic the calcifications and color changes that occur in the pools. I love Bozeman, Montana because of within a few minutes you can step into the natural world, an escape, a place where time is suspended and senses are heightened. Bold contrasts of color, amazing depth, and motion are present. Everywhere there's light, and it's always changing. It reveals and then shrouds this new intriguing realm. And my goal is to capture these features in kiln-form glass artwork. Now, I found the Emerson Center for the Arts and Culture in 2009, shortly after I moved here. I became a member of the Artist Gallery Co-op and began showing my mosaics and lighting. During my first year, I purchased a kiln and began making samples for the next lampshade. I actually turned those samples into dishes and bowls and was able to sell my designs with wonderful support from our local Bozeman community. During my 5 years in the Artist Gallery, I have made several friends and priceless connections to the art business of Montana. With much gratitude, every year I make a donation to the Celebration of Arts fundraiser. Last year's entry was a piece called Blue Rapids. Blue Rapids is a slumped kiln-formed glass bowl. The bright blue represents the reflection from the clear Montana sky. The sections are handmade glass blocks and hand-cut sheet glass fused together to represent motion and movement of the rapid river. It is one of the first vessel designs utilizing my signature glass, handmade glass, and it is also shown as a glass sample from my Rapid Thoughts blue chandelier, which is installed locally in Bozeman, Montana. I am very honored to have Blue Rapids purchased and placed in the Armory's presidential suite. Very excited to be a part of such a large collection of wonderful Montana artists. My success has been with Yellowstone National Park, and beginnings are with the Emerson Center for the Arts and Culture. So to have my larger fused glass bowl designs noticed at home and in Bozeman is very satisfying and seems to be very fitting. I have hopes that it will create a pause for guests of the Armory, generate a memory from their visit to Bozeman, Montana. Maybe it was an escape into nature. I'm also very excited to be invited to this virtual quick draw. It's really the only way I can share my processes with you. With video, I can condense and record the steps, which can take up to 4 or 5 days in my studio for such a large platter. So let me begin by telling you, okay, the Earth's crust contains fractures and fissures created by molten lava. They surround us all over in Bozeman and in Yellowstone. Similar to glass fusing, fractures are created while heating and cooling layers of glass. Generally, I finesse my processes to prevent fractures from occurring. But with this new series that I'm creating here, it's called Fractured. And I'm experimenting with using thick slabs of glass comprised of my signature glass and several layers of sheet glass. With this series, I am pushing fusing limits and finding new heating schedules. This sometimes creates large fractured pieces. They either break while being heated up too fast or cooling down too fast. The The large pieces are either broken further and strategically assembled, or gaps are filled and then I fuse the design again. This process creates depth and surface texture while adding layers of color and shimmer with each fuse. When satisfied with the design, I slump the glass into a large mold to achieve its final form. My donation to the Emerson is titled Undertow. It is 18 inches in diameter by 1.5 inches high. It is a glass platter. Please bid online at the auction site. Thank you so much. If you want more information about me and my artwork, go to the auction site. Thanks.
Kathy, thanks so much for making that video and showing people all of the great work that you do to make these beautiful pieces.
Thank you very much. I want to thank you and Cory and Carrie. The hotel is gorgeous and the whole concept behind it. Bozeman needs something like that. It's a beautiful place. And thank you.
It's spectacular.
Bye. And cheers, everyone.
Cheers. Oops, got to cheers. Kathy's platter, Undertow, it's fused glass. It's 18 inches in diameter. It's a little dark off to my left here, but this platter is paired with a one-room suite at the Armory. Thank you so much. Hey, Cory and Carrie, it's good to have you back for just a minute.
We're happy to be back. Cheers.
Cheers. Y'all are working hard on me here.
It's a conspiracy.
Good thing that we didn't have a challenge for the night, right? Every time the wrong slide goes up, we were supposed to drink. I'll be sloshed. So, Cory, I know that you and Carrie are huge supporters of the Emerson, and I thought maybe you could share a little bit with folks about why it's important to you that the Emerson's here in Bozeman.
Oh goodness, well that's an easy one. You know, the Emerson is an amazing place. It's a unique place. Anyone who comes to visit, and we look forward to hosting a lot of visitors here at the Armory. But in our own personal lives, when people have come to visit, and we've had an opportunity to just happen across the Emerson for reasons that are multifaceted, of course, whether it's ballet or going down to celebrate some sort of event, they're always amazed that there's this creature in the middle of our town that's so classic. Everything's classic about it, and so it inspires them, and it's a reminder to us of how important it is. And that's happened enough to us that that in our own lives we've said, okay, wait, this is something that we have to support. It makes such a difference in our town for so many different types of people. And it doesn't matter where your interests lie or whether you have any artistic skill or not. I don't. I can go and enjoy the skill of others. And that is a gift. And we should all be really, really grateful for that. And this is a night where we get to express that gratefulness. And so as much as I can, I certainly would love to encourage that everyone who's participating in this, who's been good enough to put themselves a glass of wine and join someone on a Zoom like this. I'm sure if you're like me, you pour yourself a glass of wine every night. This is something new and different. You're going to be on a Zoom or on a live stream, but also jump into that auction. It's an amazing thing. I've bid on a few things myself. I'm in some competitive circumstances, but I would encourage everyone to support. And one of the things that I found that I love is far beyond the bidding items. There's an opportunity to just support the Emerson. And that's something that is incredibly impactful when you do it. It feels so good to give to an organization that gives back to the community every single day.
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you for your kind words, and thank you for your support over the years.
Of course.
You all are treasures, and I'm looking forward to what all of this blooms into.
Yeah.
I wanted to tell folks at home that it's been a little strange having a quiet building, right? We used to just, I was bursting at the seams with activity, and I think during this time it's felt easy for us to feel like maybe we didn't have an impact, right? Our impact was diminished. And then just yesterday, it was one of those, it was just your average Wednesday, right? And we opened an envelope and we received a $10,000 challenge grant for tonight. And it's absolutely amazing. And neighbors of the Emerson wanted us to know that they love that we're here and that our doors are open and that it's a safe place for them to come in and still participate in the arts. And they wanted to encourage our community to match their contribution. So if you're thinking that it might be a time and you want to help us meet that $10,000 goal tonight, it'd be a really good thing. So cheers to you guys. Cheers for the connection.
Cheers to the Emerson.
And cheers to doing this bigger and better next year, right?
That's right.
That's right. Thanks, everybody.
Thanks, everybody. Next up, we have Leanne Ramey. Hello, Leanne. Can you hear me? There she is. Hi there. Leanne is one of our tenants in the Emerson. Her studio and gallery are part of Galleria Hall. She's been here for a little over a year. And over her shoulder there, you can see the beautiful artwork that greets everybody when they come into the Armory Hotel. And we have a similar piece for auction tonight. This is Grand Prismatic Springs. It's a mixed media acrylic with gold leaf. This is a sizable piece. This is a statement piece. Wouldn't you say it's a statement, Leanne? Looks like we're having a little trouble there. This is a 36 by 36 inch piece. And if we get Leanne back in a few minutes, we'll get to visit with her. But in the interim, Leanne's taken the opportunity to create a video to tell us a little bit about her space here at the Emerson and how she creates these beautiful, beautiful works.
I'm Leanne Ramey, and I am a contemporary painter with a studio here at the Emerson. I'm in Gallery Hall, Studio 110. I paint in oil, acrylic, mixed media. I'll throw in some charcoal or pastels or chalk or pretty much anything that makes a mark. I use all kinds of tools, cheap brushes. I'm pretty hard on them. Palette knife, and my favorite tool is my hands. I like to finger paint, and I like to put the paint on, scratch it off, or wipe it off, or imprint a texture in it. You know, pretty much anything goes in here. Lots of drips and splatters. I just like to have fun and kind of experiment when I paint. My background, I am a graphic designer by trade. I worked in the music industry for about 25 years. I'm from Nashville. My husband and I moved here about 7 years ago. We have 2 daughters and a black lab, Maggie. Maggie's usually in the studio with me when she's not down the hall at the pizza place looking for snacks. But I was really excited when I was asked to work on the paintings at the Armory. It was just such a special project and something that I will always remember. But, you know, working with Carrie and Cory, they were so supportive, and they just really made it fun for everyone. And you know, watching their dream come to fruition was just really special. We got to go over there a lot of times, you know, during the construction, and we had a lot of fun. So I really enjoyed that, and it's a real honor to have my paintings in the restaurant and in the lobby. So the painting behind me here is the one that I've painted for the Emerson Draw, and it's from the same series as the one at the Armory in the lobby. So it's from my Grand Prismatic series. Basically, it's layers and layers of paint, lots of lots of splatters. I use all kinds of paint and ink, iridescent paint, metallics. There's gold leaf and copper leaf, lots and lots of layers. And when I finally get the painting the way I want it, I coat it with a thick epoxy resin, which is sort of the equivalent of about 50 coats of varnish. So it really soaks up the light and locks up the painting so that you really get that depth and all those metallics and the different colors and the silver dust. Everything just really comes alive. I'm very excited to be involved with the Emerson Quick Draw, and I've never done one before. Make sure you go online and place your bids and support the Emerson. It's an awesome place. I can't say enough good things about it. It's just really opened up a lot of doors for me, and I love being here. Cheers.
Hey everybody, welcome back. You are back just in time to hear the boilers of Emerson. So you hear these loud clanking sounds? Nope, it's not a haunted building. It's simply boilers. It's what it takes to heat this building. It's what it takes to heat this building that's 102 years old. Hey Leanne, good to see you tonight.
Hey Susan, great to be here.
Thank you so much. And I love that you're standing in front of your piece at the Armory.
Yeah, thank you.
Like I mentioned before, Leanne is one of our tenants here at the Emerson. She has her studio and gallery here. And for our auction tonight, Leanne has offered this beautiful piece. It looks a little dark, so be sure you check out the image on the screen. It's a grand prismatic abstract, and this comes with a $100 tab to Fielding, which is the restaurant, one of the restaurants in the Armory, and you can see Leanne and Hannah Udi's work throughout the space. Leanne, my friend, it's great to see you tonight. Thanks so much for supporting.
Oh yeah, I'm happy to do it. I love the Emerson. I couldn't ask for a better place to have my studio. I can't say enough good things about Emerson.
Thank you. We're so lucky to have you here with us. All right, folks, we're going to move on to our next auction item of the evening, and that's by Miss Hannah. I know we have a little difficulty as we're moving cameras around. Hannah's getting her social distance and space. I love that animal print on your face, girl. It is.
I'm distant.
You are on fire tonight.
Okay.
All right, Miss Hannah, thanks so much for all that you do, and thanks for being a part of the Emerson. And I just want to say that, what do they say? Montana is one big small town, and our director of operations, Renee Stevens, was Hannah's summer camp counselor for years.
When I was little.
When you were little.
Yeah.
And put it in perspective for folks that are joining us from across the planet, that's about 5 hours from here. So it really is one giant small town.
Yeah.
So much, it looks like you're standing in front of your copper paintings at the Armory.
I am. This one was actually taken at the 320 guest branch, which is pretty crazy. I mean, these are like amazing cowgirls, you know, look at having so much fun.
It's just like a bunch of badasses, right? It's like you and Carrie and Leanne all together.
Yeah, exactly.
Awesome. So Hannah's piece that she has available for us tonight is called Toasted Brothers, and it's an oil on canvas piece. It is 30 by 48 inches, and it comes with a premium king room. Hannah, we're going to switch over to the video that you made. Let you walk people through the painting. We'll see
Awesome.
You. Bye.
Hi guys, my name is Hannah Udy, and I am a 6th generation Montanan and a local artist. I got my bachelor's degree from MSU and went on to get my master's in fine art in Cyprus. I developed my style of painting, which my mentor really helped out with. He taught me to take a lot of risks and to always kind of paint out of the box. You have to learn the rules to know how to break them. One of the reasons why I love and support the Emerson is because they are inclusive to everything. They have so many different facets of the arts. They have classes for children. There's piano music flooding through the halls. You can visit their countless galleries. I personally have had one solo exhibition there with my abstract figures. I participated in a group show, which was amazing to bring a whole bunch of artists together working on the same piece at different times. And I was also a participant of the Quick Draw and Cocktails last year, which I know this year's a little bit different, but I'm still going to show you some of the process pics of the painting that I chose to do for you. So even though we can't do it live, I'm going to try to give you the best that we can. So the piece that I am putting up for the Quick Draw and Cocktails event is taken after this photo, this black and white photo of my husband's grandfather, Edson Virgil Wilcox, and his brother Howard, taken in like 1920, before, if not during Prohibition. And what I love about this photo is the history behind it. And, they're sitting in front of a sod house. So basically what I try to do with my artwork is that I take something, that has some origin so I can have my originality show up in a piece and then put my artistic style. Okay, so I start a piece with a really loose sketch or outline. I cannot reiterate it enough the importance of life drawing. And it doesn't matter if you do sculpture, paint, if you weld. It is intrinsic to being able to carry on your artistic endeavors. That being said, I do normally start with an underlayer wash, but I decided not to for this because that way you guys can see the difference of the background and the figures a little bit better. It's a little bit muddy, blurry in the beginning. So I start blocking in colors, and then I basically push and pull my figures in the background to create an environment they actually live in. I don't want them just sitting pasted on top of something. And then when I get towards the end of a painting, I start using the colors to create movement and flow throughout a piece. There's repetition throughout. You want your eye to follow different parts around a figure. You want the glasses to almost look like they're going towards each other to cheers. And a lot of times I do finish by throwing paint, but this is one where I got to this point and I felt like it was finished. What you'll see a lot of times in my artwork is not photorealism, but you'll see movement and feeling. I play with color a lot. I don't always work in lines. I work in blocks of color, and I love showing the emotion and movement in a piece. Like I mentioned before about history, I love that the Armory kept the integrity of the original building and paid homage to its architect, Fred Fieldings Wilson. Fred was a brilliant architect who designed the Armory and the Emerson both and touched much of Montana and Bozeman, including the Rialto, the Ellen, and the Baxter. One of my favorite pieces is Fred rolling in the Royce, a classic image of Fred in one of his cherished cars. I was able to basically carry on local storytelling throughout the Armory with depictions of the 1950s MSU marching band all the way to the lovely gals at the 320 Guest Ranch. I think the fact that the Armory brought in a multitude of local artists really makes it a place of the people for the people, and I want to be a part of it. And for anybody that's interested in more information about me or my artwork, you can find that on the auction site. And remember to bid online, you guys. Thank you.
Awesome. I see Cory, and I know that Hannah's going to hop back in just a second.
Yes.
Unmute.
That you just look like an amazing rock star in your video. Just that
you're funny. I mean, lipstick goes a far way, right?
It goes a long way. It's a long way. So we're rocking it. Hannah, thank you so much.
Yeah, I just wanted to say that I'm staying in front of DG's and Will's painting right over there. I'm supporting them from far away tonight too.
Awesome. Hannah, you're amazing.
We love you.
Toasted Brothers is Hannah's contribution to our auction tonight. And this particular painting, which is spectacular, comes with a premium king stay, a one-night stay at the Armory in a premium king room. And up next is our last painting of the evening by the phenomenal DG House, who I am more than privileged to call friend. Hello, DG.
Hi, everybody.
So good to see you. Thanks for hanging out in the studio with us.
Well, it's been my pleasure because I got to see everybody. You know, these are not only colleagues, these are friends of mine. And I just saw what Hannah did, that sweetheart.
Isn't it just lovely?
Yeah, we've become closer, all of us, over these months. It's been a real privilege.
It's I love my job, and I tell everybody that'll listen to me that I have the best job in Bozeman. It's by far not the easiest, but it's
no. You know, I've been around this town a long time.
I know,
and I'm an original tenant of the Emerson, and I know your challenges, but I can't think of anybody that does it, that could do it in town with such grace and optimism. So I appreciate you.
Oh, that's right back at you. It's mutual. We can have a little mutual admiration.
Let's do it. Mwah.
Yeah, my husband's laughing his head off over here. Just so you know. Like, lies. DG, I love you and love these big, beautiful bears. And I know that you made a video for us tonight that we're going to move into, but I want to give everybody the details about the piece before we go to the video, and then we'll come back at the end.
Right.
This beautiful blue bear on the way, which I think should be on the way to your home or your home office, right? It is a beautiful acrylic on canvas. It's 30 by 24, and it does come with a king room, a one-night stay at the Armory. But let's take a minute and learn more about DG and her beautiful blue bears.
Everybody, it's DG House, contemporary Native American professional fine artist. I am based here in Bozeman, Montana. My studio is at Four Corners. I am an enrolled member of the Cherokee tribe of Northeast Alabama. I started my professional career in the arts in the very early 80s as a professional sports photographer. My first major job was photographing the New York Rangers ice hockey team, and I did on-the-road games mostly. After that, I went into rock and roll photography through Viacom, which were the owners of MTV back in the days when they played music. I would photograph bands maybe one night or go on the road with bands. From there, I moved to Bozeman in 1988 full-time, which is where I wanted to be. I spent every summer from 81 to 88 working in Yellowstone. So I came here in 88 to be a full-time wildlife photographer, which I did until 1995 when I decided to work in my own culture and become a painter. And I did that by renting a room at the Emerson Cultural Center, an 8x10 room, which I adored. And my entire career started there. I had my first solo show at the Emerson in 1997. And I also won the Christmas Stroll poster contest at one point. And of course, that was all signed and done at the Emerson too. Currently, I'm working on various projects. I have commissions, major shows coming up. I just got done teaching for the last 6 weeks via Untitled Chapter Museum of the American Indian Western Art in Indianapolis, and working through Purdue University on different subjects of art. And I'm also, of course, creating art. The next things coming up include this wonderful auction and the Autry Museum in LA will go virtual here in about a week. Of course, my connection to the Emerson has been going on for 25 years now. I'm one of the original tenants in those first couple years, so I have quite a love for the place and everything they try to do. At the Armory, and boy, it was a big honor. I'm sure it was for all of us that the Armory and Kimpton hotels decided to work with local local artists. That is so commendable. My particular art that's up there has my Native American bent to it, but the major piece that I have in there is the legend of the urban blue bear. And blue bears are what I'm known for, primarily. But this guy is huge. He's probably at least 5 foot tall, and it's all graffiti in the back. But it's graffiti a bear would make. And when you look at the piece closely, you see claw marks and that kind of stuff. The work that's going to be up for auction is a blue bear. This particular bear, I made it for this auction. What I wanted to do was when I paint something that is supposedly wild or mean or vicious or whatever to characterize it as, I always put something that's a little softer. So there's 4 dragonflies included with the blue bear. Now, blue is because, for me, that's the color of the spirit of a grizzly bear. And the 4 dragonflies also represent the 4 directions, meaning that when you look at the symbology of the painting, we're all connected on this journey. So don't forget to pick your bid online. And for more information about my career and all the other artists' career, please go to the website. It's good talking to you. Bye.
Welcome back, everybody. What a treat it was to see your video. Thank you so much for sharing that with everybody. And you're an inspiration, and I adore you.
Thank you. My pleasure to be among just incredible people. Cheers to everyone.
Cheers. Y'all are going to do Gigi, my friend, it's great to see you. This beautiful slide that we're sitting on right now is that big COVID bear that you talked about in your video. I love him. I just love him. But the take-home version is a little bit smaller, and it is paired with an Essential King room. This is a great room. It's a great picture. This is the picture I love. So we spent a lot of time making a connection between the armory, the art in their collection, but also the art that folks can take home. So this beautiful bear, Christmas is coming, right? It's time. He needs to be on his way home to you, to your home or to your home office. Gigi, my love, thank you for all that you do. Thanks for representing artists and just making our life grand.
What a pleasure. Thank you, everybody.
Take care. Last up this evening, it's Jason Beatty. And I think I remember me saying the artists that we featured tonight are either a part of the Armory collection or they have been inspired by the Armory collection. Hey, Jason, how are you?
Doing well tonight.
Yeah? You feel rested tonight?
I wouldn't quite say that, but other than that, doing well. It's been a wild couple weeks.
I bet it has. I know that you guys have the big sale for your father that kicked off this week.
Indeed.
Thanks for making time for us.
Absolutely. Glad I could.
So, Jason, aside with this stunning design and the video that you submitted, your video kept breaking our bank. So tonight, what we thought we'd do to round out the night is to show the beautiful earrings that you made, these Art Deco and Yogo sapphire, silver and gold earrings. Talk a little bit about your connection to the Emerson and then the process that you went through to actually construct these showstopper chandeliers. Do you remember this image? This is from last year's Quick Draws.
I do remember that. It was a fun night. It was a very fun night. I had a little bit less armor after that night. I learned about moving torches around too much. So that was a great time making that piece in front of a live crowd. This year was a little bit easier, not having to do it with an audience and less gas explosions involved in the process.
The cool thing about this picture here is that it really looks like you're just immersed in your work. And for folks that joined us last night, they'll understand that you were in the middle of our giant ballroom. You brought your workbench and you were creating this fabulous pendant. I know that besides jewelry making, that you also have another passion in your life. And you've been fortunate enough
Oh, yes.
So swing dancing, I know that you are an avid dancer. And
I am indeed. And we've danced many a time at the ballroom at Emerson for many different events. Some we hosted, some we were able to join and be part of the entertainment for. So
I love this picture. I love the motion. I love everything about it. So Jason, I think for you, kind of your connection to the Emerson come full circle, because now not only have been a donor and a contributor to the Emerson, and obviously a dancer in our ballroom, you're a board member now. So welcome to the board. We couldn't be happier to have you.
Thank you. I'm so excited to be on the board and give back a little bit for all that Emerson has done through my life.
I'm pretty tickled. I think you have a little bit kind of though of almost like a lifelong connection, right?
I do. My mom was actually the very first tenant to sign a lease and move to Emerson and switch over to an art center. She had Old Bozeman Beads and Gifts downtown on Main Street. Before she was on Main Street, she got her start in the Emerson. Yeah.
I love those stories. Do you remember where her space was in the building?
Yes, it was the office right next to the ballroom, right by that door, which is now one of the Emerson offices, right where I dropped off the earrings.
It's Tamara and Alyssa's office, actually, and it was my office when I started here at Emerson.
Yeah.
I love those connections, and I love that kind of interconnectivity of the Emerson and all the folks that come in and out of our doors. So Jason, I know that for our auction this year for QDC, that you had a little bit of inspiration. I think we actually have some process shots from the stunning earrings that you made. You want to walk us through this a little bit?
Yeah, absolutely. So the first step of constructing these earrings, because they're all hand fabricated, kind of the old traditional way of making jewelry, was to start with round wire and to roll it through the rolling mill that you see on the left photo there, in order to flatten it, because I wanted it really crisp and clean to fit the Art Deco style that I had picked out for these earrings, in order to kind of reflect the style of Fred Wilson's architecture for the armory itself. So I rolled out those wires flat, and then I cut into them the exact degree I wanted to bend them, so that as they bent, they bent to the point that they connected with the other side. So shaped all of those components. And then the next step was soldering in the bezels that you can see kind of mid-process there, the messy step of soldering, where I used in those 18-karat gold bezels that would become part of not just a decorative accent, but actually hold the whole thing together. That's what connects all the silver lines. So soldering those all together there, and then a lot of it's cleanup at that point. Taking it to a honing wheel in order to sand it down nice and flat, get rid of any of the extra solder. And then from there, it was about attaching those tumbled yoga sapphires. So these yogos are the exact shape that they come out of the ground. They're just tumbled in a rotary drum with a little bit of abrasive to shine up the surface and clean it up. And then we drilled them, and then I laser welded on the attachments. I actually took some wire to the torch, melted it to ball up that end, threaded those on, and then yogos can't take the heat of the torch, so I had to use a laser welder to join those to the silver frame. And then just putting on the last jump rings and creating those ear wires and polishing it all up.
They're spectacular. And this shows a little bit of your inspiration for creating.
Yes, exactly. I always love Art Deco styles. Art Deco and jewelry just go hand in hand. So when I heard about this project with the armory, I thought that was exactly the stylistic direction I wanted to go. And then one night driving home from my store, I drove right by armory and saw those doors and knew that I wanted to take direct inspiration from those.
I can tell you that when you delivered them, I happened to be in a meeting, so I couldn't see them right away. But they made the rounds between our here. I think there was a lot of oohing and awing. And then as soon as I saw them, of course, I snapped a picture and sent them to a few folks. And I think they might be joining us here on the line here in just a minute. So for this package, it's these stunning earrings that Jason has created, especially for tonight. And then we're pairing it actually with a stay in the presidential suite at the Armory. I love this picture right here. This is actually like the living room dining area of the presidential suite. And just to show you how much art is in the Armory, in this one shot, you can see original works of art by Will Hunter, Kathy Burke, and Kara Tripp. I just think it's spectacular. And then if you go on through it, we'll see views from other aspects in the suite. I think if you click, you get to see the view off the balcony, which, by the way, you can see my office. So whoever buys this, let me know when you're there, and we can wave to each other back and forth from building to building. And then it goes into the bedroom area, the spectacular bathrooms with these stunning soaker tubs. Same view. You could see my office from there, but please don't wave from there. We're good, right? And then to round out this entire package, you get to, there's a tab that actually comes with it for the sky shed. And I love this picture. Jason, I don't know if you've seen it, but your beautiful earrings have been right there.
So beautiful.
Rosé champagne. I think this is the perfect night. It could be like a pre-engagement weekend, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know, it has a little something blue for the bride in these.
Absolutely.
Maybe if somebody's already married, hint, some people on the call, you know, it could be a vow renewal, project completion, something like that. But anyway, this is our final package for the night. It's these beautiful earrings that were custom made by Jason. Thank you so much. They are yoga sapphires, silver and gold, paired with the presidential suite at the Armory Hotel and a tabbed at Sky Shed. Thank you so much. See you soon, Jason.
Sounds good. Thanks so much.
Thank you, everybody. We've come to the end of the evening, the end of our auction anyway, and we just want to take a couple minutes to thank you. Thank you for supporting the Emerson, and thank you for supporting local artists. Thanks to our sponsors, and especially to the Kimpton Armory Hotel. We have had an inordinate pleasure working with them and building these packages just to add a little something special. And I know for a lot of folks here across the country, we spend a lot of time at home. If you've been on these packages, you get the opportunity to bring amazing art into your home and also have a small staycation if you're here in Bozeman. So I'm going to wait for the next slide to come up. There we go. So with that, and as we close out tonight, and my husband can slide in here with me, he's in my COVID bubble with me. I just want to thank you again. I want to thank you for supporting the Emerson, and I want to thank you for supporting local artists. And as the holidays approach and we get the opportunity to gift and share times with their families, I'd like to encourage you, shop local, invest in artists, visit galleries and their studios. You can shop through artists' websites to stay safe. You can also make an appointment. You can wear a mask. A lot of artists are doing curbside pickup, and they're also doing commission work that makes your gift giving this season especially meaningful. You can gift a class of art education for when we're able to meet again in person. But there's also other ways that you can support. All of the artists in our community have websites and social media. You may think that your little likes are just a click of the finger, but for your artists in the community, they let them know that you're thinking about them, that you've seen their post and you've seen the hard work that went into everything that they do. And I said it earlier in the evening, and I'll remind you again as Cory joined us, wherever you're watching from tonight, look around you. What makes your space special? What makes it feel connected to you? Do you know your artists? Do you know the people that made your jewelry? And I think for my husband and I, as we're here, 42 years in this, 42 years.
Long time.
Long time. We haven't been married that long. 42 years.
Just got married last week.
Married last.
I'm gonna get-
Okay.
I love him a long time. But the reason I say that is that look around and make a connection. And if one of these pieces resonates with you tonight, you know, there's that great option, buy it now, Cory. Buy it now. Or you have until Sunday evening to bid. But again, look around you, look at your fingers. For me and Chris, our wedding band were made by my mom. Can't get any closer than that. And on my other hand, I wear a ring made by a very dear friend and local jeweler, Callie Miller. And it was made by a star sapphire that was my father's. You don't get that when you're shopping at a big box store when you don't know your artist. So this season, we'd love your support. We're also going to encourage you to shop local and invest in your local artists. They need you now. Cory and Carrie, your gift to the local artist community is immeasurable. I can't hardly get the words out. Thank you. Thank you for everything that you've done. And I know that I made you say it on video, and I won't make you say it again. This year may be out of the ordinary, but next year will be extraordinary. Thank you.
Thank you.
Cheers to the Emerson.
Cheers to you. Friends, we miss you, and we can't wait to see you again in person. Please be safe. Be safe. And until we can see you, cheers to you. Good night and safe travels home. No, we're